hope you're having a good day. I'm TR Rose from MeowAbout Cosplay. So today is our second day working through our Nall Plush-Along, and my fabric just arrived from fabric.com, this beautiful shaggy minky in the color camel, and I'm going to use that for Nall's belly and for his back striping on his head. I'd mentioned in my Plush Making 101 panel that minky fabrics like to shed, which is why I have my all-purpose lint roller here, and I rolled that over the edges of my cut pieces for Nall's body. But this long pile fur is something different altogether. So I'm going to show you what happens now when you cut the pieces out of the background. I like to trace with a Sharpie or a pen or something, and they recommend that when you're working with fur, try to just cut the backing, not the fibers, but this isn't very easy to do. It is difficult to work with long pile fur, and minky is no exception. So just take your time, try to go slowly with it, but I'm going to show you what happens. This is very normal and expected. So I cut out my line here. Okay, great, I got that part cut out. Watch what happens when you pull away the part you cut. When I said fibers get everywhere, you might not have realized exactly what that meant. This is normal, this is expected. Make sure you have a good vacuum, because I don't know if your lint roller is going to work for fibers this long. You might just simply go through a lot of the sticky stuff. So here's the aftermath on my table after just cutting out one piece of this fur. It does go everywhere. I know that plushies turn out really nice with the long piled fur, but keep in mind they do make quite a mess. You will be picking up fibers out of your carpet, your work surface, and everywhere else for quite some time. But here are the pieces of Nall that I have cut out. I've sewn the little black foot parts onto the body and the inside legs, and of course the back legs are white, so we don't have to have any black parts on those. Here's the piece I cut out, and it's kind of surprising to see that this is the shape I cut out of it. Those long fibers really change the look. This is going to be kind of difficult to sew, so it's a good thing Nall is so cute because he's going to be a real pain. One more thing I wanted to point out, when you're working with fur that has these long fibers, try to tuck them inside when you pin your seams. That way once you sew this seam, the nice fur pieces will puff out the edges. Instead of being caught inside, it'll also make it easier to see where you're sewing. If you have long pieces sticking out of this edge, it'll be hard to tell where the edge is supposed to be. So take your time, push down the fibers so you can see where your edge that you cut is before you start working with it. So here's the piece that I had just pinned. Now it's sewn. And we're going to take these pins out. And then when you flip it, and you see there's still fur everywhere, but you'll see this will fluff out very nicely around the edges. That will give Nall that nice fluffy belly. Here is what the belly piece looks like with all those inside feet sewn on. It doesn't look like much now, but just wait. Once we get it sewn to those side pieces for the body and we get the little bottom feet put on, we'll have our Nall body just about ready.